Yeah, yeah, Wooden Lens. We back with another one for the youths in them. Yeah, young, brilliant minds, future in sight. Got the power to make change, make the world ignite. Let nobody say you can't achieve. Your dreams are seeds, someone just watch them grow. But you gotta believe in the youth effect. We're raising up the youth effect. Can't hold us down. The youth effect, we breaking ground, the youth effect. They gonna hear us roar. Educate, we get the key, unlock the potential. A lesson every day, knowledge essential. Standing tall, walking proud, let your voice be heard. Unite together as one, spread the love with every word. The youth effect, we're raising up, the youth effect. Can't hold us down. The youth effect, we breaking ground, the youth effect. They gonna hear us roar. Educate, we get the key, unlock the potential. A lesson every day, knowledge essential. Standing tall, walking proud, let your voice be heard. Unite together as one, spread the love with every word. The youth effect, we're raising up, the youth effect. Can't hold us down. The youth effect, we breaking ground, the youth effect. They gonna hear us roar. Create, initiate, push through, no limits. Go ahead and live it up. Respect, positivity, you on your way. Break down walls, build bridges. Yeah.
And yes, it is another Monday, and I want to thank you so much for being with us again today, Monday, the 15th of December. Tonight, we have a very interesting program for you where we discuss lifelong friendships. We know that it is such a sensitive topic to young people about how do they maintain relationships and friendships, and how do they sustain long distance relationships, in very, very close friendships. You know, you can have an intimate friendship with a very close friend that doesn't have to be sexual, right? And so we have to define the difference between the two. And so tonight I have a very special guest, someone who's very close to my heart, and we will be discussing Roots and Wings, a storytime moment exploring lifelong friendships. I say storytime because, trust me, that's what it's going to be. One story falling into each other, because our life is a cascade. I wouldn't even say a book, because sometimes, you know, book have chapters, but we are just different stories. So life is made up of different stories. And tonight we're going to explore that with my lifelong friend, Avril Karam. Avril has been in my life since I've been 5 years old. We have been in and out of each other's homes. Our siblings are each other's interconnected. So she's one of us, you know. And without much ado, I'm going to bring Avril in, where she and I explore, you know, experiences, insights, and advice on building and maintaining strong, meaningful friendships throughout your life. Let me welcome Avril to the program. Hi, Avril. Here we go. We start already. Our life has been filled with a lot of laughter. Okay. And if you know Avril, you will know that whoever is around her feels her energy. You will see what I'm talking about if you have not met Avril. So tonight will be your introduction. Hey, girl.
Hey, what's going on? You have to be honest, you have to say all the energy that comes with the energy. There's good energy and there's not so good energy.
Yes.
Always ready for a war. Okay, just put that out there.
I was ready for war. We had, before we, just a little insight. I think both of us kind of edgy because we don't know what each other going to say.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me tell that. Talk about friendship. I said to mommy today, I feel like coffee does just suck me into those things. And I still at work. How coffee get me into that? I don't know. But anything for you, sis. Anything.
I appreciate that. I greatly appreciate that. And I appreciate you. Some of the things that we will look at as I'm about navigating changes and transitions. You know, we have gone through life and all what we have gone through, communication and conflict. We had a good share of that.
You were a pain in the ass.
building a support network. Building a support network. And self-discovery and growth. I believe our relationship over the years have covered all of these and then more, even surviving a long distance friendship when sometimes we didn't hear from each other for years. So what's your take on that? I'm gonna let you open up.
My take on lifelong friend. Well, let me just put that out there. And you know how you are already. I always think of you as the sensitive one in our whole family, right? Because with you, I was not allowed to have another friend. I was not allowed to have a sister. I was not allowed to have. I hope you put that in your thing because you're wrong to invite me to your show because I will tell the truth. Okay, I had to skirt around it. It was something that you had to learn. But really, how this started was it's actually me and Kurt who are friends.
Yes.
Kurt and I were 6 years old at the time when we moved to Bath Estate, and you were 5. So it was me and Kurt, and we were forced to deal with you. And in
Oh my God.
and in being forced to deal with you, because when mommy sent me over to spend the night by Marina, I couldn't spend the night in Kurt's room. So it had to be that I was in your room. So that's how we started our little sisterhood. And then, I know that we think of ourselves as friends, but for me, I don't even think of you as a friend anymore because it's almost we're way past that. I feel like I can tell you anything. I feel like we can quarrel about anything. I don't feel like there's ever a time that I'm going to lose your friendship or your sisterhood or anything like that. So you're more of like a little sister. You used to be the annoying sister. Now you're the tolerable little sister, so we look forward to enjoying you and including you. So, but I think that was a really good introduction into life. It's funny when you brought that up, I was thinking, gosh, mommy, you really did me a good service, right? Because she was my first friend since I was born. It was just me and her. We didn't have anybody around, and because she was such a good friend to me, I think she was a very good friend to you too. So that taught me to have and maintain friendships and relationships, and throughout my life, that's like my biggest blessing is relationships, because I still have the same friends that I've had since I was 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Indira, me and Kurt still do everything together, and we're in our mid-50s, and me and Kurt have been doing things together since we were 6 years old. That is just crazy. So I believe in having good relationships. Lately, when I watch TikTok, I see this thing where they're showing a woman who has no friends, and it says all these amazing things. And I'm like, oh my God, I would wither like an old dead flower if I had no friends. Can you imagine me not having a war with Indira, or me not calling you and telling you that I want to do this, me not having Cook to come and pick up the kids, me not having Hilda, me not having Val, me not, I'm like, are you crazy? I don't know where they got that new age stuff, but I'm just not part of it. So I believe in, like you call it, the roots and the wings of friendship. The roots are created from the bottom, the safety, the grass of it, the bottom, the very foundation of it, and then the wings, the independence. I bet that's what you were thinking of when you said it. Yeah.
And if you look at your flyer, very good, ma'am. It says, sister at the bottom.
Yes.
Because you always tell me that.
Let me see.
Yes, you always say, you're not my friend. The first time you tell me that, I was so offended.
I remember. Oh my God. Imagine, that's so funny, because I told one of my coworkers some time ago, you're not my friend. And she was so offended. And I thought about you. You had a whole crying meltdown. And I was saying, I wonder how she make it on there. And I just call your name, Wima. I just say that you would do. She probably don't even know how she.
Leave alone. Let's see what you're talking about. Yeah, go ahead.
And nobody not at home to help her, because usually it's me that there to help her. But in case you're hearing, I just said that it's because of you. You were my first friend. You were my first friend, and you're the one who taught me everything about friendship. But I didn't see the part about the sister thing. But yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things, and it is one of the other things too. I use today in my life, and I think I posted it the other day. Is remember that crazy time when I was 17. Good evening, Shums. Welcome. When I was 17 or 16, and I had this crazy thing going on. When you know crazy thing, and you tell me there was a particular party that was being discussed between you and another friend, and the person said to me, "Oh, you can come too." And I said, "Okay." And when they watched me a kind of an eye, and then after when the person left, you say, I don't know if you remember, but I won't tell you the name. You tell me, you're not invited, don't go. You're not an afterthought. You're not told, don't ask. And you know, remember your value, remember who you are. And and all the other day I posted it again, and it's something I have even passed on to the girls. You're not an afterthought. If someone wanted to invite you, they would invite you. You have value. And there is such a lot of things that I have learned from you, and we have learned from each other, you know
I
and
did have to always remind you because that was your thing. You had to learn a lot of stuff growing up because you had this demanding loyalty, and your loyalty, correct me if I'm wrong, of course, your loyalty is like, if I'm
stifling.
devoted to you, you should
Yeah,
be devoted to me.
yeah.
If I would invite you to my house, you should be inviting me to your house. If you're having a party, why am I not invited? You just couldn't understand that, it was okay for people not to feel the same way about you that you felt about them. What? Why am I not? Why am I not included? And I used to always have to tell you, no, 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 sis, like take a sit back. It's okay. When they want you there, they're going to come and look for you.
and
So
and
that.
it's been a refreshing thing to realize that as you get older, you know and I know I will toot my own horn, because I don't think I'm this stifling loyal person anymore. We're talking about wings. I have learned to grow in friendships and relationships, and allow growth, and as well as understanding that I too can develop my own group of friends. And that is one of the things too, I believe. In a way, it's I appreciate my growth, because now I can use that to help other young people who are going through the same thing. Because I believe to a certain extent, I was kind of like the norm when it comes to young people, because I hear that a lot with young people, and even the students I taught. If I'm your friend, then you're supposed to be my friend.
Anna is like that. Anna is
Yeah.
like that. I always telling her, Mommy telling it to you just like coffee. Mommy always tell you just like coffee and Indira, because you and Indira are like that. All you like that. Me, I like what? Oh, okay. Next person. What? Let's go. Although I have the loyalty, but you required loyalty, that type of loyalty, and so Indira was the same thing too. Why aren't we on the, you guys thought that we weren't on the same page if I want to go and hang out by Hilda, or if me and Kurt want to go without all you, or if me and Indira want to arm wrestle and you're not included. You just weren't down for that.
Yeah. So it's something that we have to share with. It's okay. It's okay, because there are different groups of friends. A person have different people and different groups that they can socialize with, because there are different interests, common interests that these people share. Yeah, is that correct? Would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and
Different people serve different purposes. Different people serve different purposes. There are certain things that, I can share with you that I wouldn't be able to share with anybody. Like, I wouldn't do this for anybody else. You know that. So there are certain things that you just, you can share. Me and Cynthia will go and we will just get wild in a carnival band. You crazy? Me and Kurt would drag me by my hair out of anything that I'm doing crazy. I always want to go. Every time we go to the beach, I'm like, I have to hide to take a drink because he's not having that. You crazy?
He's listening there. He says, tuning in tonight.
God dang. Good thing he can't talk back. So different friends have different. There are certain things, I can go and cry to Kurt about, oh, well, look, I cannot go to Cynthia about my budget, but Kurt budgets all my money. Because without Kurt, I would have no money. As a matter of fact, me and Kurt opened a bank account when we were like 17 or 18. And my bank account still says Avril Karam and Kurt Robinson. National Bank can come on there and validate that for you. He can rob me of all my money because without him, I ain't putting no money in the bank. I was spending everything somewhere between work and home.
And that is since 17 years old. So what was it between you and Kurt?
We didn't have anybody else. It was just two of us. I mean, I'm kidding, but that's how it started. But we moved to Buffet State. It was a new housing scheme. Mommy was a single mother working. I think Mommy was working at Golden Fried Chicken or something like that. And Marina was working at, you guys were living just like right up the street. So we immediately bonded. Mommy and Marina were friends. So if Mommy had to work late because Golden Fry was closing at like 11 o'clock at night, I would just walk up to Marina's house and be with Kurt because I don't know. And then we just kind of stuck at the hip because we had each other. That's all. That's who we had. It was each other. If I was afraid of walking down the road, I know that he was going to come and walk with me. If in the mornings we would walk to school together. When Adele joined, Adele was in Buffet State at that time too, so Adele was with us. But you and Adele could never get along, and Kurt always thought that Adele was wild. So I had to behave. I don't know, and we just kind of stuck together. We did our homework together, and you and Kurt were always the smart ones. Me and Adele were not the very smart ones. So Kurt would help me with my homework too. And you had this blackboard. I don't know if you remember, but you had this blackboard and you used to do your math things on there. And I would try to learn from it, but I don't know, but we just stuck together because that's who we had. Your mom, you guys would run down, I would run up, and we just kind of stuck together. We always got along. I mean, there were people in the lane too. I mean, Dennis and them lived down the street. After a while, Kathy and them moved across the street, Brian and them, but me and Kurt we just, I don't know, divine something, but we just stuck.
And I think it's about meeting needs as well. And compatibility a lot. So a lot of things that we speak about in intimate relationships as adults, and I believe it stems from how we form relationships early on in our lives. Because if we understand what relationship is and complementing personalities, then we can take that into our growth.
Absolutely, which is exactly why I said that Mommy was the first one, like it was me and her. It was me and her, and we kind of stuck together. She would say, "You're gonna meet Kutna," because if she wanted to take a little escape, "You're gonna meet Kutna," and otherwise, if I didn't want to come up by all you, she would take me with her. She would go dancing with Norma. Remember Norma for Lani and Lando's mom?
Yes.
They would go, if I don't want to go and meet you and Kurt, she tell me, let's go. And we would dance. I would be in party for dancing all night long on her feet. I'd be standing on her feet and she told all night long. So you're right. So that was my first friendship. So that's how I knew how to be comfortable with you and Kurt and Dales and, Indira and stuff, because me and Mommy had that. We could talk about every and anything. I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I think when you got your period the first time, you've run straight.
Oh my God, Avril, it was at the back of my mind. I say, I have a feeling Avril going to say that.
But it's not true.
Yes, it's true. And you and I were not talking.
Yeah, we were vexed because you used to, let me tell you, you were quite an annoyance. I probably shouldn't say that on thing, but you were troublesome. If I do something wrong, you making sure you find a way to tell. So we always used to have to hide from you because you were if you're not included, but that shit you telling. So yeah, So
Yeah, we were
mommy,
not
yeah, so
on
mommy
thing.
was that foundational thing, and
Yeah,
mommy and Marina had quite a solid relationship too. So it's not, I don't even think they had to ask each other first to come over. We just knew that our houses were open to each other. So that was
yeah,
our foundational setting.
yeah. I knew if I told you, vex or not, mommy will get the message. And she did. It was a little bit uncomfortable, but it's things like that. Even other moments when I had come over one night too. We were always in something, not talking, but we had to share the same bed, and the next morning we
Yep,
end up waking up hugging each other. This is a kind
absolutely.
of relationship we grew up with, in sharing everything and growing and being able. It didn't take us. We can speak freely about everything in our relationship, non-judgmentally.
Mm-hmm,
We can
mm-hmm,
tell each other anything. We can tell each other off. And one thing about the friendship is I don't have to tell you what you want to hear, and I don't
mm-hmm.
need you to tell me what you don't tell me what you think I want to hear. It is totally honest, direct, and truthful.
There is safety in disagreement. There is
Yes.
safety. I tell you, it was a comforting. There was safety in disagreement, and I think those are actually different. Maybe that's why I ended up being HR, because I had these really solid relationships. Because I'm telling you, I can tell those children off anytime, and I forget about it. They probably think, "Oh my God, she's mad at me," and I'm like, I forget, because it was the same thing with us. There was safety in. I don't want to be comfortable. I want to be honest.
Hmm.
I don't want to 5 years down the line find out that I hurt your feelings doing that. Tell me the truth right now. Just
Right.
tell it to me. Let's get it over and done with. It's not the end of the world. It's not cancer. You can fix it.
Hmm. Very
Yeah.
good.
So,
Yeah,
mhm.
that's so. We are seeing for lifelong friendships, or friendships to be sustainable, you need to be honest,
Mhm.
direct. You need to be secure, and if there is some any form of, how would I say that? Let's look at when you moved to go to study. You
Mhm.
know, past all the early boyfriend days and everything and the crazy moments of those things. But you went away to study, and I still remember that morning because it happened so abruptly. And I have this picture, and I couldn't get it. Leaving your home that morning, 6 o'clock, running by you because you're going at 8 o'clock,
8:20 to be
eight
exact.
twenty,
Mhm.
and staying
I can't
until,
believe you remember that.
yes, and leaving the house. There were two rainbows, and I have that picture stuck in an album somewhere. And I then say, yeah, she'll be okay, because that was the first time I had seen double rainbows. And I have
Brilliant.
that picture on the front cover of one of my albums. But for the life of me, I don't know. But that stuck in my mind. I mean, for 2 hours, we lie down on the bed talking and crying, and oh, it's okay. It's about how do you let go, because a lot of that is present right now in a lot of friendships. A lot of people are leaving home, going away to study, and they get into neighborhoods or universities that now they have to acclimatize, and that is also a very, very difficult process. So being alone, meeting new people, but losing, quote unquote, that existing bond you had with friends from home. How did you deal with it? Or I mean, I still have two cards I showed you. You had sent me how many years ago on best friends and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, and that's the one thing about me. I treasure little things like that, and I keep
Always
them.
have.
Yes. So it was kind of a rough point for us, but and then there are some years we didn't hear each other. But could you give some? I mean, you're the guest, so I'm going. You'll be talking more than me. I'll be asking you questions.
Oh, me have to. Okay, okay.
I mean, of course, I'll give my input. What do you think made us survive those years, or your friendship survive those years?
Um, like I said, our foundational bond, the fact that there was, our friendships, our relationships wasn't measured by, the number of disagreements we had. Because if it was, good gracious, me and you would not like ever be friends. Me, oh my gosh, yes. So it was never measured because there was safety in that. I will keep repeating the word safety because there is, it has to have some honesty and safety as an underpinning, as the foundation. And that's what it was. Distance cannot measure our relationships. I mean, I I look at Anna and them and their friendships, and this month they're friends, next month they're not friends. And I'm like, boy, I just cannot get it. Maybe that's a new age thing. But I was able, I'm telling you, Kathy, I still have all the same friends that I've had from when I was little. I use,
That's a great question.
oh, that's a really great question.
Thank
I
you
think it's
so
this,
much, girlfriend. Yes. Do you think
not
I
girlfriend,
can
that's
learn?
Nato. That's my bro, Nato. Nato, can I show them your flip flops? Can I show them your flip flops? Nathaniel and I used to work together at Clear
Yes,
Harbor like
yes, yes.
a decade and a half ago.
Uh-huh.
And Nathaniel would always show up to work in flip flops and socks, green flips, and I would take the flip flops and throw them in the rubbish every time. And he would come back again in flip flops because that's another friendship, safe relationship, because I could cocoa him 550 times and he'd always come back. Avi, you vex with me now? Or Avi, what we eating now? Or Avi, no, he would stay and he would play the guitar because he knows that I would stay and work late. Like you see, I'm still at work. He'd play the guitar, and then when it's about 11 o'clock, he'd say, so can I get a ride home? I'm like, Nero, you stayed there not to play the guitar for me, you just wanted a ride home, so that's our safety. But not where, yes, I do believe that there can be those same type of friendships. It's just that maybe, I don't want to speak out of turn, but men may not allow themselves to be as vulnerable as we do, as maybe we do. But you're not that type of person,
Yes, I
naturally.
do. And I know you're going to box my head when I finish, but Kurt has some very, very great friendships from primary school. And up to this day, Wayne, Dave, Bellot, and Reggie, every Sunday there was a group of them. The mothers used to take them. They used to go to the beach. And then again, yes, I used to feel left out, but I was the only girl. Because I always had the fun. But yeah, so I
And
would
sharing
say
the friends too, sharing the friends, because I'm not best friends with Dave and Wayne
Brett.
and Brett and them. But we know, like, I know Brett's birthday, I know Wayne's wife, I know when they're good doing this, because it was all, like I said, we share everything. Well, we don't share the personal business or confidential stuff, but we made it an open relationship where it's okay to do other things, it's okay to have your other friends, it's okay to feel your needs wherever it is. But we're always going to be like, when Kurt was here the last time and some friend of his came to visit, he drove up to look for me so he could say hello. She's been hearing about me all these years, and so he wanted to introduce her to me. And we stopped right in the middle of the road, said our introductions, hugged, kiss, and I went my way and he went his way. But but I do think that they can do that. And I'm still, like you said, Kurt is still friends with his friends. I'm still friends with his friends. He's still friends with my friends.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
it's the same thing as you said, sharing friends, because his friends, the circle of friends, is just like my but Dave called me his little sister. It's like,
Yep.
Brett and Josiane, and so it extends. It extends, the friendship extends into the wider family. I mean, you and Tony and Ashes,
Tony, I mean, it's what, 5 decades later. Well, Tony was younger. Tony was way younger than us. But
younger, yes.
Tony picks up before Kurt came back to Dominica. He came and visited her for a little while. Tony was picking up Anna from school. So Tony wouldn't say, "Oh, Avril is Kurt and Kathy's friend and stuff." Tony, if I was traveling for business, which I traveled a lot for over the past 3 years for business, Tony picked up Anna. Tony took mommy to the grocery store. I don't know this. I wonder if those things exist again. Just talking about it making me think, what? Let me tell you that. So I don't know if Tony told you this, but I was in St. Vincent and Tony took mommy grocery shopping at Fresh Market. Did he tell you that? He took mommy to Fresh Market to get groceries. No, I'm not there for me to give her cash. So I said to her, just use your card. Use your, oh, she's gonna murder me. I'm so glad she can't talk. So I just use your cash card. So, but usually when I go to the credit union and take cash for her, I give her receipt and her balance, and I tell her, this is your balance, this is, so I explain everything to her. So Tony called me. Tony was having a fit. He took mommy to Fresh Market and they were grocery shopping and she passed the card and whatever it is. So she looking at it and she's saying, but Tony, she don't put my balance on the receipt. She not tell me what my balance is. Tony said, no, Auntie Pastor, they're just giving you your what you pay for the groceries. But I know, but you not tell me how much I have left on my account for me to calculate for the rest of the thing. He tell me, no.
You.
Tony called me. I was like, oh my God, mommy's a character. And then when he explained to her, she was rolling of laughter. There was no discomfort. We all laughed. We told the story to Kurt. We tell everybody the story. No discomfort. She was safe. She said, Tonton, don't tell nobody, yeah?
But only tell everybody. And that is it. Once one person knows, everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
And it is also, by extension, what we talk about the village. Because it's like, I'm rolling now into 2009. You remember what happened? What's the big thing that happened in 2009?
Apart from us moving home?
That was the big thing, wasn't it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we moved home. Yeah.
So we both ended up moving back to Dominica in 2009.
You in January and me in February.
Yes. And it was not planned, but I believe it was one of the most...
That double rainbow you saw.
Yes.
When I was leaving.
It was a good time. It was one of the best times.
Oh my gosh. We had no money, no job, no car. You were living with your mom. I was living with my mom. You had 2 children. I had 1 child. Oh, girl, but we had a blast.
That's very true. Very true.
Absolutely. That is it. We talked about, I don't know, Naib, if you heard us say that earlier on, but that's exactly what it is, because we were so safe with each other. Like we said earlier on, Kathy was the person that we used to fight with the most. And she just still continued. Are you not including me? Why can't I come? Why can't I come? Hey Sherry, what's going on, sis? So
it's in this Avril alone, not on the program tonight, Cheryl. But it's okay, I'll deal with you in private.
Hey, Kathy, look at you. So yeah. So we moved home, and let me tell you, that was one of the most freeing times, because I was thinking, because I actually came home because I was having such a horrible time with Isan's dad taking me to court and fighting for him to come back and stuff, and you being there with the girls. We would walk everywhere. We would go to the river. We would drag those children to Trafalgar Falls.
Hiking.
Oh my gosh. We would have a
level 4, and Isan was like Isan was Shalin was 7, Adana was 4, Isan was 5 or 6.
Isan was like 4.
So Isan Adana, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Isan was, yes. We had that dog coming with us everywhere we were going. Oh my gosh. When
we're gonna take a break in a while, and after the break, I'm going to show a little presentation of some of our adventures.
Let me tell that you spoke the disagreements at the young. Yes, Nato, absolutely. Because Kathy asked what made it, and you're absolutely right, because no matter how many times we disagreed, I was forced to go back to their home and they were forced to come back to mine. So we didn't really have a choice but to keep keep being nice to each other and keep being friends when still eating together on a Sunday and still doing all of those things. We will, if we want, first of all, if Kurt not going, Avril, you're not going.
Oh,
So
tell
that
me
is
about
that.
it. I hope
So
we used to get upset with Kurt, right?
Mommy, can I go to the gardens? Kurt going. Mommy, I can go to town and meet Indira. Kurt going. Mommy, me and Adele going in Windsor Park. Kurt going. So we would it was so no matter what other friendships I had, if Kathy, I ended up having a boyfriend because you had a boyfriend and I had to go. Kathy had a boyfriend. Kathy had. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. I am
Yes.
sweet until somebody shoot me up. So, Kathy had a boyfriend, and because she wasn't allowed to go and hang out with the boyfriend, I had to go too. I had to go, and then I ended up being his big brother's boyfriend. I don't even know if I liked him. I mean, after all these years, but he became my boyfriend by virtue of the fact that if you had to go to gardens with your boyfriend, I had to be there too, like the third wheel sitting down, and then he started inviting his brother to keep me company. So we were stuck with each other, NATO. So that's the reason. So we were forced to get over our issues and keep it moving. Or you have a fight, get over it, because all you're going to be together anyway tomorrow, and you have to go to church and you have to go to Sunday school. Yeah, it's just too uncomfortable.
Yeah, the
What
last
did you?
the
Kathy,
last
how do I see
person
what the last person said?
I took a note. But the person before that mentioned about safety, and I think that's what it said about safety, and it's very, very true in terms of we needed. It is something that really does underlie our relationships, and as the last person the question. Let me read it again for you.
I like that you identify safety as a
Okay.
crucial component of friendship. Yes.
What
What would you
this
say?
underlies
Realize
safety?
it will always be there and nothing can make you abandon you. I'll always have you back. Oh, that
I
makes me want to
Yes,
cry.
that's good. I think it's me. It is the fundamental thing is I'll always have your back, because when we are younger, we don't really know about. I'm not going to abandon you. I'm not going to. I'll always be there. That is not really our terminology, right there. But then we say, "I got
Thanks,
you. I
Rose.
have your back." Let me tell
Mhm.
you, even though Avril and I are not talking, nobody could tell Avril nothing. If Avril and I
You're
not talking,
crazy.
nobody could tell me anything or say
Me
anything
alone
about
that could
me.
abuse her, nobody else.
So it was about it, I believe it was more about I've got your back, and that's helped us survive
I'm
a
there
lot
for
of things.
you, right, wrong, or indifferent. You know,
Yes,
you can be Madonna today, you can be Hitler tomorrow, you can be Jesus. You can be Jesus, Cheryl. You can be whoever you are on any given day. I'm down for you. It may not be the best person today, and I'll probably give you a little cocoa every now and then.
yes,
That's what
that's
it is.
Kathy without an I though, but you can leave the E. Thank you so much. Could you tell me who you are?
Best
Yes,
stuff and
that's
what's
me.
not.
That's me without here. So you probably didn't recognize me.
You should tell them how you managed to be without here.
Oh, I managed to be without here. You just keep your mouth shut.
Kathy, friendship must demonstrate a strong contract of two or more individuals that sign an invisible contract as a team as opposed to a group of individuals.
Definitely.
Oh my God,
Very, very
absolutely.
great comments tonight. Thank you so much. It
Yes,
does.
yes, I
It
agree with
does.
that. Let me tell you that here, Kathy, you mentioned earlier about when I was going away and and you saw the rainbow. Um, Cheryl will put you outside. We can block Cheryl.
Yes, she purposely didn't mention that, you know.
Let me tell. So, and it brought up a really sensitive issue because it also the test of time. So I have Kurt by his grapes, right? I mean, Kurt and I have loved each other since we were 6 years old. But I also, when I was behaving poorly in Dominica, I wasn't poorly, they just labeled it poorly. I was riding bikes and being a happy person and mommy with a fresh self, never want people to do what they want. Just let me be. Anyways, so I got into that motorcycle accident, but that night it was a party and Kurt and I were at the party. And dude was saying, I kept telling, dude was behaving so poorly, right? And I'm telling Kurt, let's go home, please. And Kurt tell me, not seeing those characters are they crazy on them to kill me. I going and stay in the party with you till what time? But yeah, we not if we go. And I'm like, we can hide. And Avril and Adele saying, boy, be careful, like don't rock the boat, whatever it is. And I got into that accident. And let me tell that here, we are 50 something years old, and every 15th of November could still shedding at least 2 tears. He never got over the fact that I got into the accident. I wanted to go home, and we stayed there. We both stayed at the party because he's like, I'll stay there. We'll be together. But if we go, we'll both get into trouble. And he and when I was leaving, when you see when you said about me leaving abruptly, is because they sent me. You don't have to hide it, I don't have no secret. I said all my business on the street already. I know all.
Well, whether you say it than me before, when I finish, you come and tell me, you're ready. But anyway, continue the story.
So the night I was supposed to go to Novena, and when I came home, I was going to change my shoes to go to Novena. I was working at Royal Bank. And Mommy said, you're not going to Novena tonight now because tomorrow morning you're leaving to go to Barbados and then to Minnesota. And I was like, what's she talking about? So when I go in my room, Karen Blanchard. And I wasn't talking to Karen, I find Karen to like to boss people around. She was my supervisor at Royal Bank, and remember she lived in the lane before us. Karen to freaking boss you on to tell me what time I should come home, which boys I can talk to. And like, I'm not talking to Karen. I tell Adele, I'm not talking to Karen. You cannot talk to Karen either. But Karen, they're folding my clothes and telling me it's okay, you're gonna be fine. You know what Mommy do? Mommy pull the phone. Remember, it was the old big phone. Mommy pull the phone off the hook, roll it, throw it on top of the press, and she tell me, you'll say goodbye to everybody when you get to the airport tomorrow morning. And the whole night, I lie down on the floor, I cry, and the only two people I was allowed to see was you and Kurt. And so Kurt came with me and Auntie Rose to the airport, and I remembered me and Kurt cry and cry and cry and cry at the airport. It was the Canefield airport at that time. It was Mammy and Paula Shillingford Peters now. And when you said about the abrupt leaving, I thought about that because Mommy is like, you're leaving at 8:20 tomorrow morning. And I only got to say goodbye to Kurt. And I remembered Kurt was so sad because he kept thinking that it was because of the accident. All of those things kind of led one into the other. But for me, it was a prize in my life because they would have never wanted to send me away and done all of that stuff for me to go away and study if I hadn't gotten into that trauma. And then Kurt came to my graduation. Me and Kurt, when he moved up, me and him drove from Minnesota to New York. We drove from New York. We still continued. Long distance didn't do anything to us. Not a thing. So
But in the age of social media, Avril, it can be really pressing because social media has all these definitions and constructs of what a friend should be or what the expectation's supposed to be, and that also sends people into depression. Next week I'll have an expert speaking to that specifically, what the holiday season brings on, and being alone, depression and mental health can bring on. But in terms of relationships, what would you recommend now in today's age to these young people when they have to have long distance relationships, because that is a norm now?
But they have it better than we do. They didn't even have to pay $5. They don't even have to pay $5 a phone call, a minute for a phone call.
A minute, yeah.
Yes, when I had to talk to you or Kurt or Indira or Hilda, because I missed Hilda so much, my big booth. I missed her so much because she's the one that took care of me when I was, in my teenage years and being wild and stuff. She was always $5
Yep.
$5 a minute for a conversation, and we were able to.
But wireless was terrible, let me tell you.
I don't know, Kathy. People might not like me for saying it, but I feel like we were more resilient and we were more dedicated. We knew that, this is my girl, this is who I went to school with, this is who I was. Our memories were so cherished. Up to now, I still cherish all my memories. You used to keep a journal. I still keep a journal. Do you still keep a journal? You don't? I still keep my journal.
I do, but not on a daily basis. I do as needed.
Yeah, I've been, and it's because of you. I started keeping a journal when I was like 8 years old. So, um, so, so this, I don't know what you're going and tell them because Miss Anna, Isan has, but I don't, it works for some people. I guess you just have to have the affinity for it because Isan, Garrick, Sky have been like best friends since they were little. I have pictures of them, of Sky and Isan going on the rainforest tram together with Adana when they were like
Right.
2 and 3 when I came down to Dominica. And Isan lives in the US. And also Isan come down on Monday, he said, Mom, do you have any plans for me? Because Garrick Sky and I are going out tomorrow. I'm like, bro, you haven't even spent any time with your granny. He's already gone out. His Sky. So it can happen still. I guess you have to be invested in it. You have to be invested in it.
Do you think, sorry to cut you off, do you think children with parents who have that? Because I'm just seeing a trend because
I
Adana and
agree.
Ashlyn both have friends from primary school. And these are their grounding, and I just realized that as you just said that, yes, they went through a period of when we migrated, I don't have friends and everything, but these people are still in their foundation and it's part of who helps them, part of their daily life.
Maybe the parents, maybe it's a combination of two things, or maybe it's one versus the other. I'm not sure. Maybe the parents, how the parents are with those relationships, and two, the ability or the desire of the parties to be invested in it. What do I get from it? Maybe inadvertently you wonder, what you're getting from it. Because all my friendships, like even my NATO, I know that I get comfort. True statement from the viewer. I know I get comfort from, like if I'm sad or if I'm lonely, I know who I can go to when. So maybe it's what I know that I'm getting from my relationships with these people. And I know that Mommy is a really good friend. I just tell her off, and then I still go in and eat all her food. Yesterday, I tell her I put in her out of her own house, and she still don't say nothing. So
Yeah, and in that regard too, as you said, there's been a lot of transitions. We were talking about moving back to Dominica, and it's about time for a break. So as soon as we come back from a break, I'm going to show the little screeny thing. We talk about transitioning and growth, where we talk about wings and how we have grown. And keep in mind, Avril, I'm going to ask you a question. What you think about it? What we have never done that you felt we could have done? What you would have liked us to have done?
oh, that's easy.
What?
Go on a vacation together. We've never been on a
No, we've
vacation.
never been on a vacation together.
We
Okay.
just treat Dominica like our own personal vacation because we do when you're home, we do a lot of shit. I mean, like we do a lot of stuff. We never
Yes.
sit back. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we walk each other back and forth
Oh my
10,000
God.
times.
Oh my God. That was exhausting. That was me and Adele. Oh my God. Me and Adele were famous for that conga. So the other day, conga said to me, you don't have nobody to walk home though, because I'd have to walk you home, walk Adele home. Adele walking me back home, then I walking you. Oh my God. That was exhausting.
We'll take an hour to finish walk each other back and forth. But anyway, we're gonna go for a break. Wherever you are watching us, whether it's on CBE Radio Canada, on Instagram or Facebook Live or YouTube, stay tuned. Thank you so much for giving us your precious hour and a half. I always feel honored in that. And I'm your host, Kathy Robinson Sayan. We're speaking with Avril on lifelong friendships and what helps us to keep grounded.
Kathy, there are 3 Avrils in Buffet State born in April. Avril Karam.
Oh my goodness. You see what I have to deal with?
Avril Karam. Thank you very
Avril Karam, Baki. So we're gonna take a short break and we'll stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Presented by
Running a radio station shouldn't be chaos. It should be simple, smart, and professional. With Joan Premium, your entire week schedule is beautifully organized and easy to manage. Real-time accuracy keeps your listeners in sync with every show. Your visitors and audience sees the right schedule every time, wherever they are. They can even choose different time zones. From analytics to social media and native app integration, Joan Premium is the professional tool your station deserves. You're never alone. We provide priority support for active license users. We're building a community. Connect with broadcasters worldwide through our Joan Community Hubs. Choose your plan, annual flexibility, or lifetime freedom. Get Joan Premium today. www.gndenterprisesinc.com or call 877-698-9894 for more information.
Yes, thank you. And we are back. And I'm trying to get my screen here. Yes, break toujours. 10 o'clock in Dominica, but the show goes on to 9:30. We're going to... Okay, where's the starting point of my presentation? Okay, I'll just... Where is it? You see, that is why I need my children, you know. Let me call Ashlyn. Okay, I'm going to share it again. I'm going to try again. All right, share screen. Share screen. But why is it not? Okay.
The man just tell you how to do it with deja forget.
I remember that.
Oh my gosh. We went to Boiling Lake.
That's Boiling Lake. That was St. Lucia. We came over. Yep. And here it is, our transition days. Yeah, it's Alfie.
Oh my God.
On the power, we were going to on the power here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Isan and Ashlyn. That's with Trafalgar under the little bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? Mm-hmm.
I guess that's why we don't need to go on no vacation. We had a whole vacation, on our own.
We did.
And Isan, if he's being, oh, they were so cute.
On our way to Mero pre-Anades.
Yes, and let me tell that. So check this out. And for the viewers' knowledge, Ashlyn, how old is Ashlyn now, Cafe?
24.
And Ashlyn helps Anna long distance with her homework almost every night.
And we come into that.
We are? Sorry.
Yep.
Oh, look at us. I remember a girl. Look at that picture with us.
We are going to the hot water springs. That's Ash.
The one with us by Bayfront, a girl say, oh my God, Avril come Dominica and she looking so miserable. And Meg, I was like, girl, you foolish man. In America, Meg is what's in. Who wants to come down to Dominica fat is true.
You look at how skinny you were, right?
Man, I so wish I was skinny like that again.
And these are Anna days with Anna King.
Oh my gosh, Cafe, what that picture? Where you get that?
That's Dana, Isan, Ash.
Oh my gosh.
2012.
That is beautiful.
The only time my daughter has used makeup. High school graduation ball. Avril is doing her makeup here.
Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about that. But I was the first person that did your makeup too.
Yes, you did.
I was the... Oh, look at that.
So these are the days again, early days in transition.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what you're talking about. I looked at Ashlyn and I said, oh my God, she looks so much like me there. But that was when Ashlyn was helping Anna with homework. Anna with the
Yeah,
cat. You didn't want to give her a cat, so she used to come over to play with cats.
the cat, yes. She's still going at people home to play with their cats.
Yeah.
And I mean she goes Anna is what 16, Anna turning 16 next month, and she still, if she has a problem, well, not if, anytime she has homework, she calls Ashlyn, and Ashlyn staying on with her anytime till what time in the morning, helping her with her homework. I think Ashlyn just helped her with her SBA the other day. So look at that. So I guess it's something that you have to be invested in, or maybe the parentage. I don't know, because like Sky and Isan, because me and Sabrina don't talk. Me and Sabrina hardly ever talk, and but we still know that we're good friends. We still know that we grew up together. I took you by JR's to have drinks. Remember that Saturday morning we woke up with your
That
pajamas
was
on,
my first what? Tequila. Oh my God.
and I tell Mr. Raffle, give you a thing, give you a tequila shot. First thing Saturday morning. Anyway, Papa, Pastor, don't go and talk shit about me here later. All right.
So this is our crew when they were that age. And
Coffee, one of the confirmation. Oh my
Wait,
gosh, I
what?
want that picture.
yes, it didn't start. I have it, but it didn't. Okay, let me see. Okay. Oh, okay. So that's how it starts. Roots and Wings, a storytime moment, exploring lifetime. So this is the first communion picture.
Oh, that was your first communion?
Yes. Look
Oh
me.
wow, yes.
Yeah,
And your
Dia and
sister-
Cindy Karen. That was on somebody's van in front of the house.
Mm.
Right? Here is it
Mhm.
again. That's us. Here's a confirmation picture that I never liked. You see, I have the mask hide my face.
Coffee, because you were a character. Everybody makes confirmation in white. You make a whole big story to confirm in blue. You remember that?
Yes.
And nobody could understand like why she has to have blue for her confirmation.
Because
But
I'm
you did it.
different. And I still am.
Oh my gosh, look at me. Oh my God. Look at that Mokoy. Remember Mokoy in Bavia State? He used to make those pins
Yes, those
for the
pins.
tie. Oh my gosh, I
Right.
want that. Oh my God.
And
Look at
that's
my
us at
fingernails. It's
Claire.
making that.
That's us at
Discover Dominica.
Discover Dominica.
Yeah.
Yeah, we work together there, and then it goes back around here.
Okay.
So, how do I? Yeah. So that was a little bit of our transitions, and sometimes we're sharing. Not talking about the time when you and Owen made me drink all those tequilas and get my children vexed with me.
And
But that
has-
was another thing again. So there has been a lot of firsts with in our friendships and our relationships, and a lot of pictures and stuff we wouldn't put up there and we wouldn't put out there, because one of the things too we have learned in relationship is the sanctity of relationships.
Sonita said you guys need updated pictures, new pictures. Sonny, it's because Kathy has been living in the US. Actually, when did you celebrate your 50th birthday?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. We had those
And I
pictures.
don't know where those pictures are. I haven't seen those pictures. We do have updated pictures, but somehow we cannot find them.
And let me tell that and talk about disagreements, because your party was supposed to be a certain time, then the time changed and I didn't get the thing, and I tell Kurt, I just freaking cuss Kurt the frick out. I went nuts on him and I hung up my phone. I go about my business. I go, he said, me girl, don't let me have to come down by visit and get you. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not coming back up all the way up there. Girl, let me tell you that. Find yourself back up there, just drive. I was like, and I have a certain respect for all my friends too. I don't want to upset or disappoint, even if I don't mind upsetting them, but I don't want to. So even if I was tired and didn't want to drive back up, Kurt don't even give me an opportunity to say no. I was just like, well, you have to put my shoes and clothes back on and
You're afraid
fix it.
good too, so.
Kurt doesn't allow us. That's the thing. Kurt creates boundaries, and I don't know if we spoke
Yes.
about boundaries. Kurt creates boundaries.
That's a good thing that we haven't spoken about yet. Boundaries.
Yes. Kurt does create boundaries that we cannot break. Like if I tell you that we're going to go at 8 o'clock, you better be there. And if we're going to the beach on Sunday at 2 o'clock, you better be there. But first of all, he calling me at 1:30. He doesn't allow me the opportunity to ruin it. So at 1:30,
Time is
don't
time.
forget we're leaving at 2.
Same thing
Don't
here.
forget
Yeah.
you need to take a change of clothes for Anna. And so he creates boundaries. He's definitely been the one to create the boundaries.
Yes, Cecilia, you see what she did?
So,
Expose our business.
so
Yeah, so yeah, boundaries. We would never be able to have survived without boundaries too. We had to, even growing up, and I believe I grew up a lot. Um, Hi, Colgate. Thank you for joining, Kathy Faki. Let's say that. I like to, my name is so special to me. But yes, thank you so much for joining us and being there. And thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, they are beautiful spirits too. And not only for me, because they grew up in a village, and those lifelong friendships that we're talking about, let me tell you, those girls would love their Auntie Avril. And the relationship she has with them and the relationship Isan and Anna have with us, it's a beautiful thing to watch. And as well as we all know, even though Avril uses the all F words and the 4-letter words and stuff, and I don't, Avril will say, she say, don't go and repeat it, because your mother will kill you. And she used to call me the old mother.
the granny.
The granny, because I always was the stricter one
Strict one, yes.
and
yes.
setting the boundaries and keeping her in line, and she was the wild one. And we
Playing
understood
wild.
that. I think an important thing in those friendships, we understand what our roles are, and we appreciate that, because differences are not something to argue about, because differences complement each other, and they make the bond stronger like this. So where I am lacking, Avril has strength.
Kevin,
Where
tell me
Avril,
to stop picking, because every time I get deep in concentration, I either pick my face, but because I put my
yes.
Nysica powder on, so I pick in my back, and Kevin send me a message, stop picking. I was like, "Gee, stop
Yes,
bullying me,
so
Kevin."
I'm Cheryl, because I know before they used to call me anal, and that's what Avril.
You still anal, Coco.
No, I'm not. I'm much better. I'm very humorous. I'm lighthearted. I can be. It's about boundaries. I have learned how to say it nicely now. But when you want peace and calm, you know who to call, though, and to
I
keep
do.
your mind.
I
Yes,
do. I absolutely do. I
yes. So
absolutely do.
in all my straightforwardness and direct and bluntness, I have a good aura, don't I? So I have learned how to do that by using also a lot of our friendships and everything else. So yeah.
Sonita asked me, what has made us remain friends for so long? It's 5 decades, Butchie.
Yes, it is. I mean, 45
Almost
years.
over 45 way,
Yeah.
because I'm 54 in a couple of months, and we
Yeah,
met when I
45.
was.
For true. I'm still saying I'm 50. Oh my God, I'm 52. Oh my gosh.
I'm not
And we
dying by
still
grace
good.
anymore. So I'm.
So one of those things. What is one of your best memories, Avril?
Of us,
Mm-hmm. Let me see, be thinking
I
like what you always see. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's our best memories. I do know that I really, absolutely, oh my gosh, you know what? I don't know what's my favorite memory, but I know it's one of mommy's favorite memories. When I had Anna. When I had Anna, and you took the car, because I was at home, mommy can't drive, papa wasn't well, and I had Anna, and Isan was little, and you were bringing Isan to school, and you took the car, you went and you bought the car seat for me to put in the car. Remember that, Cafe?
I
Then you
remember
got the,
that. But
yes, you
yeah, but
got
it's
the
a nice book.
cassette. It was like a $400 cassette by that little place, and you
Oh, that
would
little lane where
in
that
that
baby
little
store was.
right. You and you were picking. You were literally my slave. Everything I wanted, you went and did it. I just sat around and you just went and did everything. And mommy always talks about that because she know how when you do stuff and it gets on my nerves, and you know me, how I do have everybody on this call that know me know I do have patience already, and I just state like it is. I'm so thankful and blessed that people still stay in my lives, even if I tell them all kinds of things. But yeah, what makes people still like me now? I so rude.
Because you don't mean it, it doesn't stick. And I think a lot of thing is people knowing you at your core. And for those who take it personal, you know, we normally say when people take things really personal and they think it's because it is we mirror and we reflect people's lives, right? You're a
Mm-hmm.
mirror to me because if we normally do not like things in other people that reflect us. So when you say something to someone and it offends them because it triggers something within them, they get offended, you know? Um, but not knowing who you are and not having that basic relationship understanding. But you do not have much of that because a lot of people love you anyway.
I
And they,
know.
and
My
they
my
just
male who works with me right now, Boche, Mel getting it more than you, Coffee, and we were little, and she says, "Why you crying me so na? But you shame me so then?" Like,
because yeah, because also the next instant you're laughing, you're giving something because you do have a giving heart. But
I, she gets
but yes,
Karen.
it's about for me. Well, I appreciate that, and as you say, one of my things is loyalty. So it grew from being the annoying loyalty, but learning how to be loyal and stuff in a more mature way. And I think having the relationship in a transparent and having good conversation and communication helps us to grow to know, okay, that is a good strength, but let us mold it the same way that we help to mold our children's strengths without destroying them. You know, um, a very independent person like you were wild. How does that return to you now as being that because you have grown now in using that kind of personality to groom you into what you are today? And that's why one of the things I always say, we have to look at our children, what are their strengths are, what are their talents, to help groom them in a job that they're going to enjoy.
Mhm.
Because it's not about just get a job and you'll figure it out later, because you only have one life. You've always enjoyed what you do, right? This is a bit small, I cannot read it.
I can. Oh, Heston Francis. Oh my gosh, Heston
Oh,
Francis.
hi Heston, thanks for
Oh,
joining.
I wonder what Heston looks like.
You look
I hope I
good.
look cute. Heston wasn't the
Oh
cute
my,
boy back in the day.
okay, what happened, Avril?
Heston was the cute boy back in the day. All girls wanted to check out Heston.
Yes, Heston was a cute guy back in the day.
We used to go
Thank
in
you,
the
Cheryl,
garden.
I love you too. Yes,
Thank you,
I saw
Cheryl.
that.
We love you too. Of course, Cheryl has always been around, ride or die.
Yes, that's another thing. That's a very good point, Cheryl. It's about being authentically yourself. And that's what one of the things that
Thank you, Cheryl. No,
mhm,
I don't have any energy to be fake no more. I just don't have it
yes.
in me. Even if I try to be like a normal, like tonight I said to myself, I have to be a normal person to not embarrass Kathy on her show. Man, that shit went out the door in about 2 seconds. The only thing is, I have really refrained from saying F words for the whole night. I haven't I done really great. I mean, that's my strategy is just not having a
Yes,
stroke and high blood pressure is by like vomiting all the words. I don't get any blood pressure for nobody.
I agree.
So,
I agree. And that is one of the things I think too, maybe that is one of the things that we share in common
oh, thank you,
in
Mel. I love
terms
you.
of, yes, they say your mail is here.
Yes, that's my mail. That's like my new age like like punching bag, kokoi after kokoi after kokoi, and she's like,
Yeah. So
so
it's about being authentic in your relationships and being honest to who
thanks,
you
yeah.
are, being true to yourself. And when you put out a fakeness out there, people are going to see through that. People are going to see through that. So being yourself is important. Being
And
genuine and trusting
honesty,
is honesty, yeah.
honesty is sooner rather than later.
Later.
Sooner, and I am a firm believer, Cheryl. That's where what you see is what you get is for me, because I don't want to be resentful. Let me tell you that all my stuff is selfishly motivated. Yeah, just put it, because I don't want to be stressed. I don't want to see you. First of all, I doesn't remember if I vex if you. So I will tell somebody, don't talk to me for the rest of the year, whatever it is, and me self forgetting. And when I see you, I hugging you and talking to you, and then I remember I told you I don't want to be friends anymore. So I'm not the type of person to hold stuff on my chest. So honesty sooner rather than later, so that you don't have to hold on to any resentments. That's the reason that me and Kathy used to fight so much. But we always knew by now, I don't really think we have to fight anymore, because at this stage in our lives, I know everything that would agitate her. She knows everything that will agitate me. We don't walk on eggshells or anything. We just are who we are, being upfront right then and there. And I think that that is a healthy relationship to have, because you don't want to wait until the right time to have a conversation, and you allow your friendship to evolve to what it needs to be. And if that means that it's not going to be a friendship, then that's okay too.
And that's another thing too. We have to learn to let things go. Remember, I was having a difficult relationship with a very, very close friend of mine, and tell me, you have to let it go. Or just call her and tell her, is love, you love her so much. You're too much in love with her. And that helps a lot. We have to learn. It's come from the same lesson. How you love somebody is not how the other person loves you. And we have to learn to know who you are in people's lives. You know who you are in people's lives and what you are for people. And know
Don't
your
force
place.
yourself to be
Yes.
in somebody's life. If you feel like you're not being given grace, but you really, really love that, and that's something I think with boys, for me, if you're not being given grace, walk away gracefully. Don't stay there saying, maybe if I'm nicer, they like me better. Maybe if I don't have to be so rude. Maybe I don't have to do this. Maybe I should do more of that. That's a lot of work, and eventually you will become resentful. So
Right.
be, like Kathy said, your authentic self, grace for growth, talk sooner than later, let the friendship evolve, protect what matters without controlling it. Those things are important in
Yes.
friendship.
And a lot of that is learning how to manage yourselves and being self-aware. And it's about growing and being open to criticism. Not when I talk about criticism, not destructive and abuse.
Somebody
You
saying,
know?
is it possible to do
Hi,
this kind of...
Miss
No,
Atida.
you can develop this relationship in adulthood. Me and Valerie Jackson is like one of my best friends in the whole world. I mean, like Val and Kurt have even become best friends, believe it or not. And we met each other in our 20s. We met at college. We were already adults, and 30 something years later, me and Cynthia, me and Teresa, but me and Val, yes, you can have those friendships, because remember, the fundamental of it is trust, loyalty, evolution, allowances, grace, and these fundamentals. But I do believe that you can have it.
Yes, you can, because I think right now, as a few old school friends of mine, I believe we're developing on a good course to be good friends, especially when you're intentional. Intentionality is really, really important. And I've been talking a lot about it,
I
that
love
word,
that.
a lot. To be intentional in your relationships, to keep in contact, to be honest, to be genuine, as you said, authenticity.
And it doesn't have to be perfect.
Right.
It doesn't have to be perfect. It's the same thing. Indira told me that somebody told her that when you get married, for the first 5 years, you want to walk down to the divorce court every day for the first 5 years. So maybe it's the same thing. So it is intentional. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to know what you're working for and if it's worth working toward.
And it's a decision. People say, oh, love is about love. No, love is a decision that you make. So you have, in all relationships, is a decision. If you're gonna have this friendship, if you're gonna have this relationship, you have to make a decision. If you're gonna go forward with it, or if you're not going forward, don't keep the person hanging. Just be direct, up, and important to yourself. I want to say shout out to Carol Avril. She just said earlier on, Carol Atido. Next door,
Oh,
yes.
Carol! How come we didn't mention Carol? Now, Carol was part of the Buffy State crew
Yes, at
next
our
door.
princess shows and all our stuff,
Yes, and I
and
used to leave my
and the big
mother food
stone
to
at the
go and
back of the
eat.
yard. But there is so many things we love to talk about. But we are coming down to 9 minutes. You see how time goes fast when you're having fun. And but one of the things I really enjoy doing for Avril, I was the hairdresser.
And nail doer too.
The hairdresser, the nails, and later the touch therapist.
Oh, anybody who doesn't know, you need to know that coffee gives there is no, I want any insert choice word person to come and tell me that they can do a better massage than, not a massage, a touch therapy. Coffee putting you to lie down and she just touching your back. Touch, touch, touch. And you're just like melting there. Boy, coffee. You owe me plenty touch therapies.
You are most welcome. But
And
here it used to take 5 hours to comb. 5 hours to comb. We go by the river, we have to wash it, then come home and grease it and plait it. Oh my goodness. And I really was
And
all
maybe
over
because
back.
we go together too. That's why, because you talk about the river,
Yes.
we used to have to go after hurricane. We used to have to go in the river and take showers and take baths in the morning
And wash our clothes.
Yes, I remember Ian. But Jay, he gonna kill me for saying that. Ian Edwards, Ian that owned the realm. Now Ian took my panty one Saturday morning and running all down the guava field, and I running behind Ian for my nice new panty mommy buy for me. Somebody can tell him I say that. And he running down the guava field, and to me that's an amazing memory. We were all there. Oh, Cecilia wants an appointment, but we go ahead together too.
Yes, we did a lot
We
of,
go ahead, yeah, we
and that makes a relationship strong. Yes, Cecilia, when I bring in the chocolate, Cecilia and I share a husband too. My husband knows about it, so that's okay.
Oh, okay.
So
Cecilia, get your touch therapy and tell me.
yes, and so it's about forming relationships and being intentional. And as you say, being your authentic self works, and going through a lot of incidences together, learning each other, and being there for each other. And as Tammy asked earlier on about what keeps it going, is the commitment to have each other's backs, to be there for each other, and also to help mold our children in almost the same path, you say.
And you don't have to talk every day either, because we don't talk
Right.
every day, but I definitely know everything important that's going on in your life. I feel like I just shaved my head by accident. I feel like just
You just had to say something. Oh my goodness. I just knew I was just waiting.
you didn't tell me what was your favorite memory of me. I told you mine and mommy as well. Mine is just when we moved back to Dominica and how we just like settled right back in. It's almost like we hadn't even been separated for like 20 years.
As you said before, it's so many things that it's really about you just embracing Ashin and Dana, because being the other balance. Because I know I was always very strict, and you would tell him in front of me, Lord, Mamina, and then you tell them secret, when she kill us, and stuff like that. But you give them,
And we
you give
never
them-
undermined, even with me saying
Right.
that we would go and hide and say curse words. I would tell Adana, you can say a curse word with me, just me and you alone.
and they would be dying laughing. It was a joke to them because they understood also what my values and principles were, but they also understood you in your own element. And I think that's a wonderful thing to pass on to children, and for them to understand who their village is and who they can go to, what is supporting them, and real friendships and relationships like that gathers roots to each gives a little tentacle to each little person and has that foundation. goes up into this big firm tree, oak tree, they say is the thing, or I love the olive tree. That's my symbol, the olive tree. You know how many years we have olive trees growing in Jerusalem and these places?
Mine is the baobab tree.
Well, there you go. It's tree standing firm and the branches and everything growing up into the end with the birds and everything coming to give wings. And a good relationship allows freedom of expression, freedom of self, and wings to be yourself, to fly, to help you to grow. Because one of the things to sit down and discuss is our career, our lifestyle, where we want to be, what we want to do together. And, we always said we wanted to have our house together, but not me now. I don't want to live with you now. I always tell you that straight up. Avril and I love each other, but not in the same house. We will kill each other. That is when our friendship would really, really come apart at the seams. And that is something
Nothing wouldn't happen. We would be just fine.
Yeah, we would be killing each other every day. But but it will be fine. I know it will be fine. But the whole point is understanding each other and know where our boundaries are and where our limits are with each other and being honest and direct. So I think that is one of my favorite best memories of you being able to take the girls and show them a different part of them, helping them to be balanced. I mean, I cannot talk about before that because it is so much.
I hope that everybody acknowledges that all the things that we spoke about, they're rooted in genuine love.
Yeah.
Love. Like just genuine, warm love. So I love you. I absolutely love you. I love Kurt. Oh my God, I don't know what life would be without Kurt. I love Val. I love Indira. I love Hilda, Big Boof. It does feel weird for me to say Hilda, Big Boof.
I know.
I love I even love my Sunita and my male because they tolerate me too. They allow me to be my genuine and authentic self. And I feel like I want to tell whoever your listeners are, Kathy, to think about who in their life allows them that roots and wings that you talk about.
Yes.
Who grounds them and who allows them to fly and who allows them to be their authentic selves with no regrets and who they would want to be with. I say to Isan and Anna, if you guys are going to war, who would you go with? I always ask them those questions. And it's always me. I mean, Isan does say that I'm a crab, a live crab for, if your favorite food, what's your food? What food represents your mom? A live crab or a cactus? I'm fine with that. But if you'd go to war with me, then that means that you genuinely love me and you trust me because you trust me with your whole life.
Yes. That's a definite way for us to end the program. I was trying to find the voice note you sent me when I had left the message and tell you I just want to hear your voice for me to share how we actually do those things. And I had it there this evening, but sometimes when you're trying to find something at the heap of the moments, you don't.
Oh boy, could say we're both in trouble.
I know, right?
What did I say in the voice note? The gist of it, I try to say something funny and silly.
Yeah, I had sent you a message and said that I want to hear your voice, and you responded a couple of hours later and say, "Oh, I didn't realize that's what you meant about wanting to hear my voice." It was just funny. So me trying to.
I'm looking for a picture of me and Kurt that I saw the other day of when we were in high school. You still looking for your voice, not Kathy?
No, I'm not. I'm done. Yeah. So it's 9:30 and we want to say thank you so much to everybody. You ladies are both in trouble. We know that, but we just take our chances if we might have.
Yep. I tried to be as normal as possible. I think I represented you well. Cheryl, you are such a treat. We enjoyed having you too. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, and a big treat tonight was Heston. What?
Yes. Thank you so
Yeah, I
much.
have not seen her. I didn't even remember. That's crazy. Heston is my cousin, Nicole's cousin too. So
Okay.
yeah.
Maria,
Oh, Mario!
hey! Oh, we have great
Long
representation from
time
Gratitude
friendships.
tonight. Yes. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you so much for your support, people. And all of this is part of our village and our support.
Everybody
And
on here that we've seen so far has been part of our lives. Yes, Maria, Mommy is Maria's mother too. So Maria was, same lane as us as well. So
next door to
Carol
us.
leading
Yes.
behind us. So we've all like
Grew up
pretty much
together.
grown up.
Yeah.
And I think that we all give each other that same grace because I cannot imagine anybody on here, not giving each other grace. You rock too, Maria.
Thank you, Maria. And it's thanks, Izzy. That's my sister right here. Oh,
Oh,
Avril Broncos is Mr. Sayan, Senior Sayan, Angel.
oh, okay, Angel. Thank you. Thank you. It's been lovely. Kathy is the only person who could have dragged me into some event like this, but I don't regret a moment of it. Thank you
Yes,
for.
and tonight we see a lot of people sharing their comments. Thank you so much. Remember, if you have someone that you want to feature on the Youth Effect, we're all about talking about relationships and giving
Carol
an
Hazel, I remember.
understanding. Carol Hazel, yes. Hi, Carol. We
Hi,
will never
Carol.
stop saying hello to Mama State Passy. You're watching the Youth Effect. And remember, you can send us email at a message at the Youth Effect 767 at gmail.com. We're all about the youth, giving suggestions as to what we're starting this season with the adults in terms of sharing to the parents how to help groom your children from stuff and develop friendships and relationships from young. As we say, it's from roots and wings. We have to plant the roots and make sure they are firm to grow and to spread your
Right.
wings. So thank you so much, TDN Network. Thank you, Sam, in the background. Avril, don't go off yet. And while we say good night, and thank you so much. You all are awesome, awesome, awesome tonight. And remember, we still would like your comments. If you share it with your friends, and see
Do
you
I
next
get paid
Monday. I will
for
just
doing
say
it?
quickly 3 things you would like to leave with the audience.
That you should always ask for your pay when you do stuff like that, because it's a whole hour and a half. You should negotiate your pay ahead of time. But in all honesty, though, love, dare to love, dare to love, dare to be your authentic self. And if somebody don't like it, you can adjust. Always reflect, reflect and see if there's something that you could do better. But don't
Kill
change your
yourself.
authentic self
Mhm.
to please anybody. If they don't like you, they don't like you. No matter what you do, they is not going to like you. And teach your children to be better versions of you. And by your children, I'm talking about your proteges as well. Wink, wink. Children, your proteges, the people around you, teach them to be better versions of yourself. Take the better parts of you, take the good parts of you and make it better. But the foundation of all of this, make sure that you love people genuinely.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. And on this note, we say good night.
Good
Have the
night.
most awesome week. And I hope you at least take one thing away from all what we shared tonight. You can go watch the replay on my Facebook Live on TDN Network 1 and as well on YouTube. Yes, Avril?
I was going to say, Rhoda Joseph told me one time, don't ever go to anything or go anywhere and not come out with one thing that you enjoyed. It has to have one thing. So nothing can ever be a waste of your time. I remember
Great
that.
stuff. Nice note to end on. So, good night, everybody. Have a good one.
Later.
Bye.
Yeah, Brooklyn, we back. another one for the youths in them. Yeah, young, brilliant minds, future in sight. Got the power to make change, make the world ignite. Let nobody say you can't achieve. Your dreams are seeds, sow and just watch them grow. But you gotta believe in the youth of that we're raising up. The youth